Good evening. This is Dominic with the Backlog, and I say it's evening because it is 5:40 p.m. I have a massive stack of media right next to me, but that's because I have like 8 or 9 videos to record right now, and one of those videos just so happens to be the media acquisition video for September of 2025. So let me organize this stuff a little bit here. I think I'll start off with this because I think I got this first. I'm not proud of this purchase. I am happy that I have this now, but this was an impulse buy, and I'm trying to reduce that. So this was kind of like the final nail in the coffin for me to, delete. My main source of social media was Reddit. I don't use Reddit on my phone anymore. I'm trying to expose myself to as less advertising as possible. And I bought this because I found out it was going out of print. So that's why I don't regret getting it, but I also would have been okay with having the knowledge or never having the knowledge that it was going to go out of print and then just be disappointed in the future whenever I was ready to bite the bullet on it. But not for riffraff. We got Gunbuster. I think this is a Discotek Media release. And this is pre-Evangelion Hideaki Anno here. I've never seen this. I know like there's like a lot of it seems like to me it's kind of like Interstellar, the Christopher Nolan film with space and its relation to time dilation. And I'm really interested to see what is in store for this, and considering who made it, I know I'm in for some shit. And I just love again, it's a style thing. I love the style. Maybe I'll do a post zoom here to show you guys the artwork. As you know, with the Otaku Nu video, and just how much of a masterpiece Evangelion is. I love the early Gainax look, and this has it. Next up, I got this a few months ago. I pre-ordered it a few months ago, and it finally came through. But this is a repress of the Disco Elysium soundtrack. I don't know the name of the group who did it off the top of my head, but it is like this electronic / like post-rock Godspeed kind of sounding thing. It's very ethereal. I wish I could remember the name of the artist off the top of my head who did the art for Disco Elysium as well as the vinyl here. But we got like a trifold with like, oh, I guess there's no art, so I'll just show it here. But like this, the art is insane. Like you got this Hieronymus Bosch-esque kind of thing. And now that I actually have this, and like I was like perusing this, this art is super brutal. I mean, obviously it's super surreal, but it's also like super brutal. Like the imagery in here is so visceral. There's lots of gore, but like it's so expressionistic. I don't know. It's incredible. And we got the little, well, not little. It's not little at all. We got a Revelshall panorama here. And yeah, it looks sick. I'm not gonna take the records out. They're just regular black records in these red sleeves. So they're not really anything special, but I love this soundtrack. And because I don't stream anymore, I am trying to acquire all the music that I used to like listening to. The band is British Sea Power, by the way. And I'm trying to like acquire all the music that I used to like listening to when I was streaming. And then I saw that this was getting a reissue. I think its initial vinyl run on Discogs goes for like $600 or $700 now. And I like this album, but not that much. Now, before I continue, I guess I'll talk about Zaum for a little bit. Good old Zaum. I think me having purchased this and also Disco Elysium, the final cut on the PS5, it does financially support them, unfortunately. But where my head is at with this kind of stuff is that it also supports an independent game label that actually cares about their customers. So I don't know. I think it's like a double-edged sword. You're funding, a company who I don't really know the long and complicated backstory, but I do know that some dishonest practices were going on, and every single cent that now goes towards Disco Elysium goes towards the person who stole the IP of it. So while I do acknowledge that, I also really like what I Am 8-Bit's mission is, and I think they're one of the saving graces of the modern video game industry, and the physical media industry for that matter. Next up, we got Wolf Children on Blu-ray. We went to Barnes & Noble. My fiance and I were looking for this film for months. We didn't even find it. We did find it at Otakon, but we didn't buy it. We should have bought it. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But, they had this at Barnes & Noble for a long time. And then, the one time we wanted to watch it and we don't have it and it's not streaming anywhere without being able to rent it, we were like, let's just go to Barnes & Noble and pick it up. And it wasn't there. And we had to change our movie for that night. I don't remember what the replacement was, but we just went there to peruse a little bit. We weren't even really shopping. We were just there to kill time because we were waiting for our reservation. And literally on the way out, I saw it and I was like, dude, we gotta get it. And she was like, all right, we gotta get it. So we got it. Next up, I went to my local manga store in my city. And I got Tokyo Ghoul Volume 10 since they didn't have this at Otakon either. And they actually didn't have this at Barnes & Noble. I would have gotten it at Barnes & Noble, but they didn't have it. I've also since read Tokyo Ghoul Volume 10, and I will make a video about it at some point. I plan to shoot it tonight, but I have lots of videos to shoot, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this concludes my collecting of Tokyo Ghoul, the vanilla series. I don't know anything about Re. I probably won't read Re for a little while because I have other priorities, but yeah, I have all of Tokyo Ghoul now, and I'm excited to finish it. Hopefully I can make myself do it this year. I think I can. We'll see. Next up, I went to my favorite video game store. It's about an hour and a half away from me, and I picked up my pre-order of Silent Hill F, which I'll have maybe a decent amount to say about it by the time I'm finished with it. I like it a lot right now. I'm enjoying my time with it, and in about 2 hours, I'm excited to start playing it again. But yeah, I don't have much to say about it at the moment because I'm not done with it, but I am looking forward to finishing it. I've been waiting for this for years. Ever since they announced it, I was like, this looks freaking awesome. And I pre-ordered it as soon as pre-orders were open, which I know is a no-no, but I don't give a shit. I also pre-ordered Katamari when I picked this up. So we got Pocket Music by Tatsuro Yamashita, a renowned city pop artist from one of his lesser popular albums. I've listened to this album a few times. I don't really remember it much. I think For You is the popular one. That's the one that I always listened to when I would stream. But I am glad I have this now. I do want more city pop in my collection. I think I only have one city pop record, and I want to listen to more city pop at work, and I can't because I don't stream. But I'm looking forward to ripping this to my computer so I can listen to it. Robin is whining for some reason. I found out a few weeks ago that there is a record store in Brooklyn, New York, and this record store sells exclusively Japanese records. And my fiance had an off day, so we decided to go, and we drove to New York City, which was very stressful. It was not fun. It was not a fun trip. I was pretty cranky, And when we got there, we discovered that the store, despite DuckDuckGo, I don't use Google anymore either, despite DuckDuckGo saying that they were open, they were not open. And I was like, what the heck is going on? We just drove like 2.5 to 3 hours to get over here, and they're closed. On their Instagram the day before we left, this was my fault. I didn't even check. I should have checked. I didn't think to check. I guess there was a record fair going on that day in the city. So we were like, okay, let's go to the record fair. I'll drive again. Actually, initially I was going to leave the city because I was just not having it. I was in a very bad mood that day. So we were gonna drive home. We started driving home, and I was like, never mind. We're like, I'm not gonna waste your day off. Let's just go. So we went, and when we got there, about maybe 45 minutes later, because of New York City traffic, and me having paid for the parking, which was a good $27, I think, at a parking garage, I found out I fucking put in the wrong address. So that was not fun at all. That made me even sadder with how the day was going. And I was just like, I don't even want to do this anymore. So I put in the correct address, and the drive said it was only like an 18-minute drive. And I was like, okay, that's actually way better than I thought it was going to be. So we ended up going to this record fair, and it was at this cafe, like this coffee shop / bar / restaurant place. And in the back, there was like this greenhouse area, and there was like there were all these vinyl vendors in this little room, and there was like loud music and everything. So we decided to shop around. I didn't really see much there, and the record store that I wanted to visit, their stand had a lot of records that were outside of my price range. So I was like, I can't buy anything here. And I was just gonna go, and I was like, I gotta get something, because we spent this entire day and I don't want it to go to waste. So I found another vendor which actually had a section for Japanese artists. And I was scrolling through the records here. I found, like I said, Pocket Music at a very reasonable price. And I was like, okay, I'll pick this up and we can get out of here. Despite it being a very bad day, all things considered, I am glad that I do have Pocket Music by Tatsuro Yamashita. But yeah, that's my story. If you listen to it, thanks for listening to it. You basically just listen to me vent for a good 5 to 10 minutes probably. But that concludes this month's media acquisition. I think that's it. I don't really write down what I get. That's what these videos are for. But I think I got everything. So have a good evening.